Marjorie Taylor Greene is getting her final revenge against Donald Trump as he flails as his approval drops to an all-time low. Marjorie Taylor Greene is rallying a group of former MAGA people, and she's saying Donald Trump needs to be impeached. The 25th Amendment needs to be invoked immediately. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is implying that Donald Trump is going to be gone very soon. And she says that we need to make sure that all of the stuff that he is doing is stopped because he is crushing future generations. And she says that he is not the same person that I knew, and he needs to be removed immediately. And she's just been relentless with it. In the past 12 hours or 24 hours, she's been doing interview after interview, basically saying that this guy has got to go immediately. Here's what she's posting. She said, regarding all this polling that Donald Trump should be impeached and the 25th Amendment invoked, she goes, it didn't have to be this way, but going to war in Iran for Israel and things like driving the cost of gas to $4 a gallon nationally and the cost of beef higher per pound than minimum wage as consequences. Put America first and do what you promised. That's in response to a poll that over half of the Americans and half of the American people want Congress to impeach this guy immediately. She then says that the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked. And then she says Trump was elected to go to war against America's deep state and end America's involvement in foreign wars, not to kill an entire civilization while waging a foreign war on behalf of Israel, another country. Then she went on Alex Jones and she said Donald Trump has changed. People need to open up their eyes. He is not the same person he was. I always thought the guy was absolutely horrible, but here's what Marjorie Taylor Greene says. Play this clip.
The truth is, look, you may have supported President Trump for 10 years like I did and like you have, but this is not the same man. This is not the same man that we supported. And he is not doing the thing.
More for Marjorie Taylor Greene here. Just unloading on Donald Trump. Let's play it.
Because President Trump is soon to be the past. And everyone needs to learn to start looking past him. President Trump is going to be gone very soon. And we have to build a future for our children and our grandchildren. And that's the part that's most important to think about. And the way I think it needs to be going forward is we have to recognize what a failure the Republican Party is. We have to be willing to step outside political boundaries and go, what type of leaders do we really want? And for me, it's America first. I want moral America first leaders that will put the American people first instead of their own interest or their friends or whatever disgusting things they're doing, which is sadly the case. But I think that is where the future is going. And Republicans are going to get killed in the midterms. I've been saying it for a long time. It's going to be a bloodbath. And you know what? It shouldn't happen. It wasn't supposed to be that way, but so be it. You can't blame people for refusing to want to vote for a party that has failed them over and over and over again. And I don't blame people. It's like, why do you want to keep buying a product that is crap?
Defective.
Why do you want to go to a business? Yes, exactly. And they're liars. Republicans are liars.
She then gave an interview with Politico, and here's what she said. Let's play this clip.
I've been saying it all along that Republicans are going to get slaughtered in the midterms. And
does that mean losing the House or the House and the Senate?
I think right now it's looking definitely losing the House and potentially the Senate.
More of that interview between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Politico right here. Let me show you that clip right here.
If you saw a big drop in my district for Republican votes, a drastic drop like that could very much affect the governor's race, the lieutenant governor, secretary of state, and of course, John Ossoff's Senate seat that's up for re-election in 2026. So to me, that was what I saw right away. And of course, it matches what we're seeing nationwide, where Democrats are flipping Republican seats like all over the country. It's just part of the same trend. But I think the danger zone in that one is a very much potential that Georgia could flip blue.
Do you think Ossoff is going to win Georgia in November?
Yes, I think Ossoff's going to win.
Wow.
Yeah, his polling numbers have repeatedly showed it over and over again. And again, I'll point out, if my district went that hard, if Sean Harris was able to dig in that deep into a red district like my former district, that is definitely something to watch for in these other key races.
She then went on CNN, and then here's what she had to say in that CNN interview. Let's play it.
The president lost my support when he covered up the Epstein files and called me a traitor and wanted to primary me because I supported women that were raped at 16 and 18 years old, or 14 years old even. And I don't support the president in going to war in Iran. And what we campaigned on and what President Trump promised America was to put America first. And now we've got rising inflation, gas prices are going out of control.
Let me tell you, if there's a surefire way to wake up feeling fresh after drinks with friends, it's with pre-alcohol. Z-Biotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. Look, I won't lie, I was a bit on the fence about pre-alcohol initially, but then while hanging out with some friends at my local bar, I gave it a shot, and believe me, it's the real deal. March is a marathon of social events. From the slopes to the bracket watch parties to Guinness on St. Patrick's Day, pre-alcohol is the tool you need to fully enjoy the end of winter. Go to zbiotics.com/Meidas to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use Meidas at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, head to zbiotics.com/Meidas and use the code Meidas at checkout for 15% off.
She then talked about the final phone call she had with Donald Trump when Trump said that if you release the Epstein files, you will be hurting my close friends, and I don't want my friends to be hurt. My friends will be hurt. Yeah, your friends and perhaps yourself, Donald, as well. And so Marjorie Taylor Greene's like, so he said, I need to protect my friends who are involved in a child sex trafficking ring. Like, what are we even talking about here? Here, play this clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about what went down. Let's play this clip.
It was the final phone call I had with President Trump on the issue where he told me that his friends would get hurt. And that was why he was against releasing the Epstein files.
What did you say to that? How do you respond to that when the president says that to you?
I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked because we're talking about men that raped girls as young as 14 years old and were involved in all kinds of insane things in these Epstein files and all types of business corruption and just all kinds of unbelievable things. And I was shocked because my perception of MAGA, my perception of what we were trying to do was President Trump was going to be the one that would drain the deep state, destroy the deep state, drain the swamp, go for transparency. He would be the one to release the Epstein files. So when it came down to a phone call with him and he's telling me that it would hurt his friends, he said people that I know, then I was like, I'm sorry, I don't care. I literally don't care.
Marjorie Taylor Greene then doesn't hold back in her attack on Fox. She goes, the baby boomers are brainwashed by Fox News and dark money TV ads. Please, baby boomers, wake up. You are manipulated and lied into supporting the worst candidates, giving us $40 trillion in debt and nonstop America last. Then Marjorie Taylor Greene responds to this post by Donald Trump that refers to her as a traitor repeatedly. And she goes, President Trump has gone mad as he wages war against Iran, a broken campaign promise. I fought alongside Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones to help get Trump elected. And now he goes off on a rambling rant attacking all of us in one post. We never changed. Trump did America first. And it should be noted that all of those individuals, basically Tucker and Meghan and Candace Owens and Alex Jones, they're all essentially saying the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked and Donald Trump needs to be impeached. And Donald Trump sent this just ridiculous message. I mean, completely unhinged, saying, I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon because they have one thing in common: low IQs. They're stupid, stupid people. They know it. Their families know it. And everyone knows it. Just look at their past. Look at their record. And he goes on to say they're nut jobs. They're nut jobs. Then he goes on to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene over here. Then he said that they're nasty, just like Marjorie Taylor Brown. But I no longer care about that stuff. I only care about doing right for our country. MAGA is what's making our country great again. I mean, the guy's absolutely deranged. And it should be noted in the Democratic congressional letter to Donald Trump's personal physician regarding the Democrats demanded that Donald Trump take a cognitive exam and release the results publicly because it seems that Donald Trump is, as we've been reporting, physically and cognitively deteriorating at an incredibly rapid pace. They cited Marjorie Taylor Greene, saying, look, Marjorie Taylor Greene knew this guy better than just about anybody. And she says he's changed and that he's gone mad. And, you know, let's just listen to her own evidence of what she's saying right here. And by the way, it's not just Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, just so you can see, here's what Alex Jones had to say. Play this clip.
And that's why you'll have 5-6 times a day. And, oh, we won. It's over. No, it's going to go on forever. Total destruction. I'll never let them have the Strait. Yes, we're giving up the Strait. I'm getting out of NATO. We're staying in NATO. And when you know people in early dementia, that is exactly what they do. And so I think we're dealing with the madness of King George III here.
And here's what Candace Owens had to say about him. Here, play this clip.
Let me tell you something, and this is just reality, okay? Going back to just the rules of the jungle, okay? Let all the politicians and advisors around you evaporate for just a moment. Just you and me, ready? People will not fight beside, behind, or for someone who is fundamentally disloyal, okay? If disloyalty and deceit is in your nature, then I highly suggest that you combine it with silence. You can be what you are, but I would advise you do it quietly, Trump, because MAGA is no longer commanded by you. And you know it. You know it. You belong to the Epstein class. That is your legacy now. People will see your name on buildings, whatever was agreed upon in those boardrooms, Jared Kushner, Trump, Gaza, hotel, whatever you tweeted, so crass. They will see that. You will earn that. And then when they see it, they will think about how many children had to die or be raped by men on islands so that you could stick the Trump name upon a building.
I mean, all these right-wing people are saying it about Donald Trump right now. I mean, he's, you know, there's this person, Sneeko, who's like a right-wing Trump guy amongst like young guys. And he says some outrageous, like really, you know, offensive stuff too. But he's like, MAGA is dead. All the MAGA people are like, MAGA is dead. This is, you know, this movement is officially over. And they're all basically saying it at this point. There you have it. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thank you all for watching.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the MeidasTouch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts for new updates every single day.